Logo versus. I have a kid who's a freshman in high school. The school has a rule that logos be 3 inches or smaller. No pictures. I found him a cute shirt with a duck on it, and did a quick measurement with the ruler on my phone. I got 3 inches exactly. I buy it and send him to school. The next day, I get a text from him to come bring him a new shirt. A teacher he doesn't even have this year took him to the office where the official measurement was 3 5/16 of an inch. Well, I'm broke and it's a spendy shirt that I just happened to get for cheap. So I'm not really able to just let it sit in his closet and not be used for an entire year. So I grab the dress code from the website and scour it to see if we can somehow make it work. He's on an 8B schedule. So even though it's been 2 days, he wears the shirt the very next day and the same teacher sees it. She pulls him into the office and he calls me. My son knew if this happened to just ask to call home. I told him to pretend like he was calling for a new shirt, but just so that he could get me on the phone. I ask him to give the teacher his phone so we can talk. Here's what happened. Teach your son is still wearing a shirt that breaks dress code. As it's the 2nd time in a row. He's getting in school suspension. Me, no he's not. Teach, I'm afraid that's the rules. He will have to miss the rest of the school day and be in detention. Me, haha. No. You misunderstand. The shirt no longer breaks dress code. Your rules state that any logo over 3 inches is a violation. Correct? Teach, yes. And we have officially measured it once again and it's still far too big. Me, but doesn't your dress code also say that multiple pictures of the same or similar design is a pattern? And pattern are allowed by dress code. Correct? Teach, but it's not a pattern. Me, hey son. Take off your jacket and turn around. What that, snooty? Want to use a stronger word here. But my son reads these too. Teacher didn't know is that I have a Cricut cutter and massive amounts of iron on vinyl. I had scanned the logo into my computer and printed over a dozen or so more pictures in various sizes and adhered them to the back of his shirt. I just told him to wear his jacket. It was a cold morning so no one would question why he's been wearing a jacket at the start of the day. Me. After a decent amount of silence and being asked to be put on speaker, I do remember reading an exact section and line, quoting word for word, multiple pictures of similar design is a pattern. Wouldn't you know? It doesn't say they have to all be on the same side of the garment. Your dress code also allows for jackets inside as long as the hood is down. Was the hood up? Longest pause ever. //. A few minutes later, my son is telling me he's on his way back to class and there was nothing that snooty teacher could do about it. I filed a complaint with the head of the charter school that a teacher that my son doesn't have is targeting him this close to the start of the school year. I'm waiting to hear back. If you want to post this anywhere else online, ask for permission first. What I myself find sad is the idea that so much time and emotional energy was spent by the teacher on the size of the image on the shirt, time and emotional energy that could have been spent on teaching and learning. I had a horrible assistant principal in middle school who would make you get on your knees to measure how long your dress, skirt, shorts were. They did it right in the entrance so everyone passed by you while you had to kneel in front of her. Horrible woman. Why 3 inches? Is there a scientific study showing 3-inch logos inhibit school education efficacy? Or was it some administrator thinking, I can't stand logos bigger than my quote. Far too big. I can just hear the power trip in their tone of voice. Detention over maybe 1/4. The fact that they felt the need to measure it down to a 1/16 of an inch is just cringe. Fucking hell, what an absolute crackpot land you Americans live in, where you have to police the Types of patterns and prints on kids' school clothes. Doesn't everyone have better things to do than this? A random image of a duck, a logo does not make. Nice. I love crafting malicious compliance. I, too, have far too much HTV and regular vinyl. Updates on the snooty teacher situation when available, please grin. Kudos. In my country we don't have this kind of silly rules in school. I think the only thing is not having your belly out. Sounds very tiresome. Edit. I looked into it some more and many schools forbid texts on clothing that promote hate, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia or other extremism. I had this happen in high school by an art teacher. But my t-shirt was a neon orange woman pushing a man off a cliff. It was a faux kitschy book face and the novel was entitled Man Hater. She would use her body to destroy any man. It was beautiful and I got my message across. I then turned my t-shirt around and put a sweater on to avoid the evil art teacher's wrath. Great art project. I think I might need a Criscut just for those types of fashion emergencies. Teacher here. The idea of such a dress code for my students, max age is 12, is crazy for me. Dress in a fashion that you don't show too much skin. No hot pants. No belly showing. And take off your hat when inside. And wash your clothes when they need to be washed. Everything else is just too much. Where is the creativity? They are children. They want colors and animals, etc. Sorry for the low-value comment, but you're an awesome parent. If you want to post this anywhere else online, ask for permission first. We can make copies though and paste them on the back of the internet. Just like you did. Yes, I live for these types of stories. Way to go, Mama Bear. It's not a logo though, so they're tripping either way. What an awful school for handling it like that. Good thing you were smart enough to develop a phone code with your child for situations like this. But still, it does sound like a bad place for children. When there obviously is need to use codes like that to protect your children from the administration. Dear Op, I hope to see part 2 about the snooty teacher on R. Pro Revenge. This is why dress codes that are that strict are stupid. School dress codes are literally foreign to me. But this one is extra what? What harm will a 9 cm logo do that an 8 cm one doesn't? Also, what does 8B schedule mean? Imagine being such a horrible and miserable human being that you report a kid because he had a duck on his shirt. I hate people.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.